why the potential ESPN NFL deal could revolutionize sports media. There's still a bunch of steps, but you can see what ESPN is trying to accomplish. That's the lead. It's Everybody Loves Sports Media. I'm Andrew Marchand. He's John Meterparel. Meet, as always, every Tuesday and Thursday Sports Media Podcast. Love seeing you every Tuesday. It comes out a little early, sometimes on Monday afternoon, to talk to you. AndrewMarchand.com for the full podcast. How are you today, Meet?
I'm good. Monday afternoon delight. Thank you, Marchand. You know, I just spent a couple days in Charlotte trying to chase after Bill Belichick in a hotel corridor, looking for Bill and Yoko. I was unsuccessful at the ACC kickoff.
So you're at ACC Media Day. What's that like?
It's a car wash. You've been to those type of things where they bring everybody into a big lobby and everybody. I've never heard of some of these outlets, but God love them. It could be, of course, not Marchand Sports Media, but hey, maybe Mace Sports Media. I mean, he could have been credentialed. Maybe Field and Stream was there, but it was fun. Yeah. I learned a lot. Had some laughs. Met some good people. Ryan McGee says hello.
Oh, very nice, very nice. The John Meterparel, the voice of Boston College, 2 decades in, among many hats he wears, including with us. Big story we had last week. We talked about it with Orand on Thursday as well. We'll continue on that as the top topic, the NFL ESPN media deal. And look, at the top, Meet, I just want to say this before we'll get into the questions a little bit later, but I think when you look at this deal, we're seeing the great rebundling happening. And if you're ESPN and you can go into that next generation, the next decade or so, with the NFL, as you're the place that has the most NFL, that when you look to streaming, and when that becomes even probably more prevalent, that you're the place that has the most NFL, I think that is a good position. It could cost a pretty penny, as we indicated last week. We'll get deeper into that. But that's kind of where I am as our headline here.
Yeah, so you think it could be revolutionary. Those are strong words.
Yeah, we talked about it, the 1987 comparison.
That's my hot zone, 87, hot zone.
Yeah, 87. We go in 87 when the NFL games went on ESPN for the first time. I always like to try to sound smart. Maybe I should have said evolutionize. Perhaps that would have been the right word. I don't know. I thought about that because then you try to be a little cute. If you're ESPN, it might not work, but I do think if you can be in bed with anybody, it's the NFL as much as you can. And so it could cost a lot, but it does make a lot of sense to me if you want to be that stronghold. And we'll get into the Amazons, the YouTubes, the Netflixes and their affinity for sports and why I kind of draw that comp, which we talked about before. Last thing before we get to the sponsor, Hall of Fame. Did you get a chance to check out some of that?
Yeah, well, I'm a sucker for that stuff. MLB Network. I watched the Ichiro Costas sit down on Saturday night. I thought that was a good job by Costas. Ichiro did not speak English, which is strange because he spoke English very well during his Hall of Fame induction speech. So he made me laugh with that comment about the writer that didn't vote for him and saying dinner's off, and the Dave Parker poem that he wrote. That was fantastic. So it always strikes the right emotional chord. I've been there a few times. I saw Carlton Fisk and Reggie Jackson inducted. I'm one of those types that would go to Cooperstown and sit in an oven and watch speeches, but I thought they always do a great job with that.
Yeah, I mean, I covered Ichiro. The guy is at the end of his career. He talked about 1.5 years. He never stopped stretching. If you were talking to him, he'd say, hey, Ichiro, and he had an interpreter, can I get a moment before the game? He would be stretching on the floor talking to you with his rollers and this net. I know that sounds like never stopped stretching. I'm sure there's been stories about it because he never stopped stretching. Also covered CC from I was at ESPN from when he got there in 2009, the championship. So got to know him pretty well. Very good guy, leader, all that stuff. Definitely as advertised. So congrats to all of them. To listen to the full podcast, AndrewMarchand.com, AndrewMarchand.com to listen to the rest of the